Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. As you can see, today we are doing this amazingly beautiful cut crease look. We are going to be using the Zulu palette by Juvia's Place. I'm just going to pop this open real quick. We are using the top row here and then this shade to achieve this look today. You're also going to need a few concealers and things, but y'all know I put the product list in the description box. If you love these lashes that I am wearing today, they are from my Lash'd By Bee line. They are called the Princess Lash. I will also leave a link in the description box to these so that you can get them for your very own. I just want to take a second to appreciate this beautiful, beautiful storage case that these amazing lashes come in. And so feel free to order them so you can have them for your very own. Now, if you haven't already done so, make sure that you are liking the videos. How else am I supposed to know that you like them? Next, make sure you comment. I want to know what kind of looks you guys want to see. I can't think of this stuff all by myself all the time. And then subscribe so you never, ever, 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 ever miss out on a video when I post a new one. So, without further ado, let's get into this look. Okay, y'all, so let's get into this look. I've already done my eyebrows with the Anastasia Dip Brow and the Juvia's Place I Am Magic Concealer in the shade number 10. I'm just taking a little bit of e.l.f. Matte Putty Primer and using that to base my eyelids. And then I'm going to go in with the LA Girl Pro Conceal in the flat white concealer. This is just going to give me a very bright base that will allow my colors to seriously pop. And in this look is all about the color pop. We are also going to use this same LA Girl Pro Conceal to accomplish the cut crease today as well. I am going to lower the light in just a minute so that way you can get the full effect of this look, because otherwise that flat white base and that bright light will make me look very washed out, and we don't want that. So we are going to use the Zulu palette from Juvia's Place today. I'm going to use the top the top row of 3 colors to do my base on my eyelids first. And then we're going to cut the crease and use the blue shade in there. It's like a turquoise. And then we're also going to use that turquoise shimmer shade that is in that palette as well. So I'm starting off with the brown shade. It is the 3rd pan on the top row. And I'm just taking a fluffy eyeshadow brush to pack color in to my eyelid, and I'm then going to buff it out, and you'll understand why I pack it in just a second. With that concealer, I definitely want the color to adhere first, and I want all the color in that brush to end up on my eyelid. So I tap it in first to transfer the color from the brush to the lid, and then I buff it out. If you just go in with that buffing motion, you'll end up flicking a lot of that color off the brush, and it's not going to be where you want it to go. So it's important first to tap your color in and then, buff those edges to get that effect that you want. And I did this video closer to regular speed just because we are going to do a cut crease today. And since I have hooded eyelids, I kind of wanted to show off how I accomplished that. In this look. So the next shade we're going to end up using is the orange shade in this palette. It is the 1st pan on the top row. And I'm just going to go right on my brow bone and blend that off into the crease. And it's just going to give us a nice, like, sunsetty type feel. And then once I get that orange the way that I want it, I am going to highlight the top of my brow bone and underneath my eyebrow with the yellow shade. That is the middle pan on the top row. And I just love the pigment in these colors. I love how they mesh well together. And it just created an excellent base for this look. And I'm taking a little bit more of that brown and just kind of solidifying that blend, making sure it's a nice transition, and that you also get a good effect of that brown color, because that is a part of the look. And also, because I have hooded eyelids, I do take my cut crease a little higher, and I wanted to make sure that you were able to see the transition of both of those colors in this look. So now we're just taking the yellow, and I'm going to go in and do the top of my brow bone and under my eyebrow with this color. And it is a lovely highlight. I just love how these colors come together. This is probably the most dramatic look I've done on the channel so far. And I would love to do more dramatic looks like this. So if you guys have any crazy color combinations that you would like to see, make sure you leave me a comment. So now I'm taking a flat concealer brush and some of the LA Girl Pro Conceal. And y'all gonna be like, why is she blinking like that? But it's just to make sure that I got the concealer in the right place for my cut crease. Because again, like I said, my eyelids are very hooded, and I kind of have to accommodate for that by going above where my eyelid folds. And you can kind of see when I first started to put it on where my eyelid folds. So I have to make sure I go slightly above the fold and just kind of place the concealer where I want it to go. And it is a couple spots where I'm like, oh crap, it's a little crooked. But by the time I'm done, you really can't tell. Like, see where the eye is kind of creased? That's where my eyelid hood's at. I can't do like some people do and just put it on my lid and then close and open my eye and then it pop out. No, I actually have to go in and draw that cut crease and then fill in the middle where my eye creases. So it does take a little bit of patience and definitely some precision. You could also do a line with a liner brush and then just fill down from there, and you could probably get the same effect that way. This is just what works for me. Again, I do still need some practice with it, but for all intents and purposes, we got it pretty much on the first try. And here I'm just looking in my lighted mirror that I have to make sure that I got it as clean as I could get it. And then I'm just going to touch in a little bit more white just to make sure that that area is nice and bright and ready for the next colors that we are using. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side, just add a little bit more of that white. To make sure that it is nice and brightly based for us to go on to the next part. So now I'm going in with that blue turquoise color. It is the first pan on the second row of the palette. And again, I'm just going to pack the color in first. And then we shall blend it out after we've got it nice and adhered to that concealer. Now here, I probably would have used a flatter brush, but I do like the way that this e.l.f. brush holds powder and holds the shadow. So I had to work in smaller sections, and I had to be very careful when I got near the line of the cut crease. But if you take your time and do it right, you don't have to worry about making any mistakes. So I'd rather work in small sections and just get it done, right the first time. And the way that turquoise just sits up, oh my gosh, that color is just so amazing. Now I'm not going to take it all the way across because I do want to add another color. And I'm actually going to add 2 more colors into this cut crease area. So I'm going to take it about 2/3 of the way across. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side again. Just tapping in our color, packing it into where that wet concealer is. And just getting it the way we want it to look for this cut crease look today. That's my husband walking through the door. Hey. He was like, oh shoot, you recording? And I was like, it's okay. I do a voiceover. It's fine. So once we got that turquoise all nice and packed in the way we want it, and the color is just sitting there looking fire, I'm going to grab another brush. Again, I like to have multiple of the same brush, so I don't have to worry about cleaning it out in between. And that one I actually did need to clean out. It got overlooked when I was washing brushes. So we're going to take that shimmery blue, and then we're going to go in and blend those two. And it is a little bit lighter than the turquoise, but I like the soft shimmer that it has. And we're just going to blend those two colors out and into each other. And I'm leaving a little bit of space because there's one more color that I want to put into that look. So just need one more brush. And we're going to take this wonderful yellow and we're going to go in the inside of that crease with the yellow. think I'm watching Jeopardy as I'm doing this. So if you see my mouth going, it's because I'm playing along and answering questions as I know them. I like Jeopardy. I'm a bit of an old soul in that way. And then I'm just perfecting those blends and making sure that the colors do seamlessly transition from one to the next. And I'm just making sure that you can see that brown. And that's it for the eyes. Now we're going to go in with the L'Oreal Lineur Intense Eyeliner. As you all know, this is my favorite liquid eyeliner. And I'm just going to create a thin cat eye to kind of tie this whole thing together. And I wanted to keep it pretty thin just because the colors are so intense. And I really wanted to be able to showcase them and not have a super thick eyeliner. And then we're just going to fan that a little bit so that it dries, because you know, wet eyeliner is the enemy. And then I'll just go back in and touch up as needed. Make sure my lines are nice and crispy. And then we'll go in and do the other eye. And once you get the hang of it, it is pretty easy. I can get it in about 3 strokes, like the outline, and then just fill in from there. Like, shout out to everybody who can get a cat eye and just like not even have to pause. Like, I have to hold my arm so my hands don't shake when I'm trying to do it. And we're just gonna fan that, let it dry a little bit. And now I'm gonna go off screen in a second and do my makeup. Well, do my face, and we'll come back. And we're back. We've been baked, we've been slayed, and those are my Lash'd By Bee. They are the Princess Lash. I will put a link in the description box as to where you can purchase those. The tweezers I got from a Kiss Mascara lash set. And I've already put mascara on my eyelashes, and I'm just putting some air on the adhesive so that it gets tacky. And then I'm going to go ahead and pop these lashes on for you real quick. And as you can see, I took a smudger brush and just went underneath with the brown and the turquoise and the yellow. in my waterline area just to add a little bit more intensity to the look. And now I'm just adjusting my lashes accordingly. I really loathe putting my lashes on camera just because sometimes it takes a little longer than other times and I'm just like, oh no. And I love these because they're so dramatic and so long and so flared. So after we get the first one on, we'll put on the second one. And set this baby down with some setting spray. And that'll take you to the final look. Thanks for watching, guys. If you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe, like the video, leave me a comment, and let me know what you would like to see next. At the end of the video, I did also include some photos of the final look so you can see how it appears in different lighting. See you on the next one.